Yo, what it is, what it is. It's your boy. We back. We live tonight, and we got some good content finna come for y'all. So, y'all, if anybody knows me, anybody follows PRMD, they understand that one of my main objectives and like it really pulls at my heartstrings to do it is to be able to spotlight Ville kids. Like now, in the traditional sense, me spotlighting Ville kids is usually directed at Titusville kids, Titusville High School. But tonight, there must be an exception being made, and we're making that exception. So tonight we finna make sure we got an interview coming, man. We really finna put y'all up on something because I really believe wholeheartedly that she is one of the next big ones out of Astronaut High School, and I am privileged to be able to say we got an interview. So I gotta introduce some of y'all. Maybe you don't. Maybe you know her. Maybe you don't know her. But her name is Jalea Lay Anderson. How you doing? How is you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. We're glad to have you on. We glad to be able to spotlight you here on PRMD. I first want to say congratulations for last week scoring 40 points. That
Thank
is
you.
not an easy task. Like we're not gonna let anybody minimize the fact that you scored 40. I want to know, like, what was going through your mind when you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, at what point was it at 20 that you were like, oh, I could really score 40? What point in the night did you really say, I really can take it there?
Okay, so with that, I didn't even think I could. I didn't even think I had 40. It just felt like I had 20 because like I would pass the ball, get assists from my teammates to do it, and then like out of nowhere, they just told me to score, and I would just go score, and yeah.
Okay, okay. So you just felt the rhythm. Was it something like that?
So
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So, like, how was it after scoring 40? How was it going to school the next day and everybody knowing that you scored 40?
well, I didn't even tell everybody that I scored 40. They found out, and then they were just asking me, and then they just glazing like they would normally do, and they would
No,
just congratulate me.
people like to be excited. You got to let people be excited for you because people like to be excited. So congratulations on that scoring 40. So let's talk about what is that? Was that the most that you scored all season? Okay, okay. Is that the most you ever scored?
Yes.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. All right. So, let me ask you, who was your favorite opponent this year?
Uh, Coco.
Okay, okay. Was it any particular player on Coco, or was it just the school, the team that you were excited to play?
It was just the team.
Okay. And did you all excuse me, did you all play more than once or did y'all just play once?
We played 3 times.
Okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool. So, um I do know that you lettered last year at Space Coast. How was the transition from playing at Space Coast last year to coming to Astronaut this year? How was that transition? Was it hard in any way or was it easy? How was that?
Well, I wouldn't say it was hard, but I wouldn't say it was easy. It was like both, but like it was kind of easy. It was kind of both.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, I like I said, I know you were a 2 year varsity letter. That is amazing, especially since you are in ninth grade and you currently have 477 total points. This is all coming from Coach Bailey. Shout out to Coach Bailey. I know that he's gonna watch this interview. He said you averaged 17 and 2 rebounds this year. Um, so I am impressed. Also, I must say to you that how does it feel following in such a rich basketball legacy at Astronaut? I don't know if you know, but there was a lot of back in the day, and that sounds so old, but back in the day, Laquita Curry, her basketball, she was really good, and Danielle Williams was really good. They won state, and then DeAndrea Young and her team was really good. So you are following in a very rich pedigree of basketball players over there. Have you had a chance to kind of look at some of the history that is posted around the school, maybe in the trophy cases? And do you use that as inspiration?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so, do you have a favorite basketball player or a favorite basketball team, whether that be WNBA team or NBA team?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so, who do you model your game after? Is there anybody that you kind of try to emulate in some ways when you playing?
No, I don't model myself off of anybody, but I just take what my mom would tell me. She'll just tell me to keep going, and I'll just do it.
Okay, okay. And so when did you fall in love with basketball, and when did you know that you were good at basketball?
I fell in love with basketball because I knew I could do it at like I've been playing since a young age, a very young age, but
Hmm.
uh like 4 or 5 actually. And then
Okay.
like I knew I could play basketball when I was maybe 10.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Maybe
All
10.
right. Oh, all right. So if anything, what will you be focusing on, working on in your game on this off season?
Like any other sport, anything?
No, just like
Or to
fundamentally
better myself.
something that you feel like you can possibly work on. Make it might help you get better. Anything like that?
My footwork and shooting.
Okay, okay. And so, how many players are going to be returning to your team next year?
Uh, Maybe the same players except 3 because they were seniors.
Okay, so y'all do have a lot of people returning next year. That's good. That's good. Um, i- is there any particular college that you would like to recruit you?
Uh, yes.
What school is that, or schools, if any?
Nah, I don't know if Georgia State have a basketball team, but Georgia State, LSU, FL, well, UCF, uh, yeah.
Okay, okay. So, How would you feel if you were able to get a letter from LSU, UCF, or Georgia State? And yes, to answer your question, Georgia State does have a basketball team. So, excuse me, they are actually really good. So, if you were to get a letter in the mail and they say we're interested in recruiting you X, Y, and Z, how's that going to feel when you get that first letter in the mail letting you know that you could really play this at the college level?
I would be overly excited and
Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. And also, who has been a mentor, a role model of sort that maybe some coaches or some older players that you play with? Who has there been anybody that has been a great mentor and it really helped you?
My mom, my dad, and Coach Jalen.
Okay, yeah,
Shout out
okay.
to Coach Jalen.
Okay, shout out to good Coach Jalen Barber and what's the name of the team? Diamond Coalition.
Yep.
Yeah, so I had to shout out to the Diamond Coalition over there, and shout out to your parents. Shout out to your parents. I did hear that your daddy comes to the games, and he's on one at the games. I heard that there's nobody that can compete with him in the stands. Now I already can imagine what he's doing because I know who he is. But is there any video footage of what he's doing at the games? Or what did he do last week when you scored 40? How was that? How was that game when you scored
Uh,
40 specifically?
well, that game he was actually calm. He wasn't like doing too much, but he was cheering. And we went in the locker room, and they told me I had 40 points. And I went out and told my dad, and he was happy.
Oh, okay. Uh, shout out to Duke Daddy. Yeah. But I really wanted to make sure that we spotlighted that because one, I feel as though a lot of times kids from Titusville as a city, sometimes, and Titusville High School and Astronaut, a lot of times, kids get overlooked, unfortunately, and they're not paying attention. But there's really good kids in Titusville, and I think sometimes one of the things that happens is people always think from Titusville that they have to go somewhere else to be good, and the truth is, you can be good right in Titusville. You can be great right in Titusville. You can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish in Titusville.
Oh, and one more person, Coach D.
Coach D, shout out to Coach D. Uh, dang, yeah, I would have knew her name if you hadn't put me on the spot like that. But shout out to Coach D. Shout out to Coach D. Um, I know she putting in work as well. So shout out to everybody who is affiliated with the Diamond Coalition.
Yep.
So yeah, like I was saying, I really think that it's important to spotlight Titusville kids because a lot of times they get overlooked and people don't. I don't know if they don't appreciate it or they try to minimize it. But what you did and what you have accomplished, not just scoring 40. 40 is definitely because there are some people that have never scored 40 in a game. So just your ability to be able to score 40 is one amazing, and two, to be able to average 17 points as a freshman is amazing as well. Like we can't overlook that. We cannot make overlook that. If you were to come with a real early prediction for next season, what do you think you should like your averages should look like? Like, do you think you're gonna stay out there at the 17, or are you aiming to go for maybe 30 or what?
So I know I could do it because I had it before, but like my average went down because I haven't scored that many like in each game. But I could have 30. I could, and I know I would. And then like rebounds, I could get better at rebounds. I might have like I want to say 10.
Okay,
Each
okay.
game.
Hey, you I believe it. I believe it can happen. I believe it can happen. So, um, I definitely it will be keeping up. I didn't keep up much this year, and that wasn't that just time got by me a little bit. But once Bailey hit me up and said we got a kid scored 40, I was like, we got to talk about this. We got to make sure we talk about this because that is not easy for anybody to do. So, um, let me see. Your AAU team. Who plays on your AAU team?
A couple girls from Space Coast. Uh, one or two of my siblings. It depends on which one they put. And some of the people from sixth grade. They gonna play up there with us.
Okay, okay. And any tournaments you looking forward to going to and participating in this summer?
Uh, yes. I want to travel out of the world. I want to go to Run for Roses. Actually,
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I believe it's gonna happen. I definitely believe that it's going to happen, and it can happen. Let's talk about Coach Bailey on the high school level. We talked about Coach Jalen and Coach D on the AAU circuit. How has Coach Bailey pushed you this season to really maximize your potential and just who you are?
so he'll just say, "Thank you all." He'll just say, "Keep going. You could do it," and just drive to the paint because I have the ability and potential to do it. So I'll just do it.
Okay. Has there ever been times where you kind of got into your own head and maybe you think, "Oh, I'm being selfish
Yeah.
if I score all the points." Is that something that you battle with internally?
Yes, because during games I'll just be like, "Dang, I do like I could pass the ball way more, but like I just do what the coach tell me to do, and then like after the games, they'll just come up to me and just tell me that I was just being selfish and ball hogging and stuff. But it's not really that I'm doing that. I be looking for them, and most of the times they'll be open. I don't see them, and I just already at the free throw line.
Mhm. Okay. So, and who else coaches alongside Coach Bailey over there at Astronaut?
Coach Martha and Coach Smith.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any of your teammates that you want to shout out from
Yes, I want. Yes, I
either
do.
team?
From you said either team or just my team.
Either team, either one of your teams, whether we're talking about your travel ball or your high school team, whichever team you want to shout out.
I shout out both, but for
Okay.
astronaut, I want to shout out all. I want to shout out the seniors and Charmaine Mitchell, Michelle Alice, um, just the whole team, but mainly the seniors because that's their last year.
Okay. So shout out to the seniors over there at Astronaut High School. And what about the travel ball team? Who you want to shout out on the travel ball team?
Falaja Carroll.
Okay. All right. All right. And is anybody that you we should also be checking out, whether on your team or on either team?
I was gonna say,
Who? Yeah. Who should we be
Kyaja
keeping up with?
Carter,
Who?
Kyaja Carter, and Falaja Carroll.
Okay. So are they on the travel ball team or the high school team?
Falaja is on a travel ball team, but Falaja plays at Space Coast. She's one of their top players, and
Yo.
yes, that's the one that we played against. And Kayeja, she's very good at basketball. She's average at least 25 points a game, and she plays at Titusville.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Okay. Okay. Let's we never really talked about that game last week. We did talk about you scoring 40, but we didn't really talk about the game as itself. How was that game, and how did you feel about it? And I know it was very competitive down to the end. How did you feel, and what were some of the things they were trying to do to stop you during that game?
Okay, so to start the game at school, we had to lock in from the get go. So we had to lock in since school. So since school started, we had to lock in. We got on the court and we couldn't even play. We couldn't even laugh or anything. So we had to lock in like from the get go. So it was like, dang, this game right here, because like and we prayed about it too. So like this game, we wanted to win the district championship because we couldn't, like, they haven't won a district championship since years ago.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying. But like we wanted to do that, and that's just something that we all agreed that we wanted to do. That was just something that we wanted to do. So we spoke on it, and we was going to do it, but then we couldn't. But they tried to stop me from going to my right side. They tried to force me to go to my left side.
All right. Is your left side a little weaker than your right?
It's a
Or
little.
okay, okay, okay. No worries, no worries. So after they tried to stop you and seeing that that didn't work, what was their next tactic to really try to stop you?
Just boxing one. Like they just one person stayed on me. Like they just tried to make sure I couldn't get the ball or touch the ball, but I still did it.
Okay, okay. And at the end of the game, you all came up short. How did you all feel? And what was the message from the coaching staff to you all, even though you all came up short?
Okay, so we felt like, well, we couldn't even be mad because it was a good game. It was a close game.
Right.
We could have won the game if we made free throws. And I'm gonna say this because if I didn't stop and try to shoot a three, well, I could have just went in for the layup. We could have won the game. But we if we made our free throws, it's okay. Like we win some, we lose some.
All right. All
But
right. Yeah. And so, did that loss really ignite something in you all that y'all say we got to make sure that we get back here next year. We got to make sure that we see them again because we didn't like how that felt.
yes, it did.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'm now making sure. I first want to let you know that you are the first female we have been able to have here on PRMD. It's not because we biased to anything. It's just how the cookie crumbled, but it was worth waiting for, and so we are glad to have had you come on and been able to spotlight you and what you have accomplished this season. We want to first say congratulations again on scoring 40 points. Even though you came up short in district, that doesn't matter. You still had a killer year, and I still believe that you all will have a big season next year as well. So keep grinding, keep doing your thing. I know that you are going to do well, and I'm excited to keep up with you and all that you will accomplish.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right. So if you want to shout out anybody else before you go, I'm gonna give you the floor back so you can do that. And if not, we can talk to you at another time.
Okay, I want to shout out my sister,
Okay. What's her name?
Jazea Anderson.
Okay.
She
Okay.
plays for Titusville High School.
Okay. So we got two sisters in the same house but playing for different teams. Okay. 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 Shout out to Titusville High School. They are going to the playoffs, and
Oh,
we're
congratulations.
hoping to have Coach April Saunders on here in a little few weeks, this week, hopefully, or next week. But we are hoping to do that. So if that's all, thank you for coming on, and I hope you have a wonderful travel ball season and all of that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So good people, I'm trying to do my best and make sure that we put as much quality content and people who are working hard and grinding to do what they are doing, trying to make sure we spotlight everybody that we absolutely can. So please, ma'am, please, sir, go follow PRMD on all social media platforms. We everywhere doing everything. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Keep up with us in all that we are doing. And that's another one. That's another one. That was Jalea Anderson, ninth grader from Astronaut High School.